Our partners have prepared a glimpse into this future to share with you today. So let's take a look at what fans have to look forward to.
So yeah, this
far-flung future.
this here, this is an important moment because this is when they start to show demonstrations of supposed games.
Yeah.
And
so, yeah, this one is terrible.
Right off the bat, there's bounce lighting from the hood of this car onto its wheels. Like,
right.
that never happens in a game last gen.
Exactly.
I don't know about that.
It's got a very high polygon count as well on these cars, and like the details here are exceptional. The reflection work.
I think there's a point where they show the inner wheel of a car, and you can see like better than SSR level reflections in it. It's like, this is so fake. Gosh.
But they, you know, they did hold themselves back. It is 30 hertz.
Yeah,
this is
true.
But they kind of didn't hold back.
And a little
elsewhere.
wonky looking with the car animation. Yeah, like that is so.
Well,
good.
yeah, there was some. The guy who did the
this
physics.
Right here.
It's like sort of Benny Hill at the controls.
Yeah, there we go with those nice reflections again.
So they obviously got in some top-tier talent to do the graphic side of things, but the physics guy, you know, they just roped him in off the street or something.
Farmed him out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this was the first teaser for Devil May Cry 4 when they basically had nothing to show yet.
Had MT Framework been shown off at this point at the 360 conference? That's an interesting question because what they show at the end of this little teaser video definitely is not the final game art, let alone...
You remember Dead Rising, I think, was the first MT Framework game shown, and it looked very different initially in the screenshots.
Yeah,
more cartoony.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the classic non-committal trailer where it's just random content under title.
Yep.
And
now this is another one that weirdly enough caused controversy. It's a Mobile Suit Gundam, or it's a Gundam related thing, and the fidelity here is well beyond what you would expect. But it's more like this game came out and it's terrible. It looks absolutely awful, runs horribly.
Do you own it?
I do not.
No, that's a shame. Could have done some head-to-head on that.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been interesting. But again, there are aspects of the rendering here which would hold up today, I think.
Yeah, those reflections there from the inside of that little warehouse. You wouldn't see that in many games at all. Yeah.
Oh, and here's another non-committal teaser from Namco. It's
Right.
like, yeah, we're working on Tekken.
These screenshots on IGN, my goodness, I looked at them and I could not imagine a generation where games looked like this. This is still above what we can do.
Yeah.
This is...
Tekken 7 doesn't look this good.
No.
This model quality.
But at the same time, we've just seen that Fight Night demo.
This is true. It's
It's not beyond the bounds of reason, is it?
You're right.
But,
this is true.
you know...
Especially knowing, Namco was known for their technical prowess.
Yeah.
Right. So, this is fascinating, isn't it? It's because there's not even a name given for the game.
Right.
But we know it as Red Dead Redemption.
Exactly. So this was... I'd forgotten about this. It's basically a teaser for Red Dead Redemption, and I do think that this looks like an early test on their Rage engine.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of hardware it is on, but it looks rather realistic. I mean, you've got shadow maps, you see shadow acne, little stuttering in them, and things like that.
Oh yeah, look at that.
They're really showing off what the engine can do, time of day transitions.
The shadow maps look like what you got in GTA 5, actually.
Yeah, they do look a lot like those.
So again, I mean, this is kind of, well, obviously based on the quality of the final product, it is kind of
but not with those wonderful, flapping cloth
physics.
or his hat either. It's
overall, though,
a bit.
I think the final game looks better than that.
Oh, yeah. By far. Yeah.
And even better on 360.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, much better.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This is it.
There are aspects of this that are aesthetically more interesting in the final game by far. And some animation things probably that don't look that great in this. But it itself is so beyond what anything could ever be made on PS360 generation consoles. It's a great trailer as well, though, I think. Really mood-setting.
Yeah, this is a fascinating one, isn't it? Because there is some commonality in content with what we actually got. And I think, in terms of what the engine delivered on PS2,
that
explosion, awesome.
That explosion had, shadows being cast from it. That's no game even does that today almost.
Particle shatters.
Yeah, good luck at that.
Crisis 2 DX11 patch.
It works, yeah. Poorly, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm sure one day the full story of what this demonstration actually was will come to light. But, you know, I can't imagine that it's, you know, designed to show what the actual PS3 game was.
Like, I think it's kind of like that Crisis Core video, or a couple other, like Dawn of War 2 also had a demonstration like this, where they want to have an idea what the gameplay is like, and you see the character like ducking around, you know, utilizing a bespoke first-person cover system. I don't think, and maybe like an aesthetic that they were trying to get, but graphically this is...
And see, what's kind of really ridiculous about this is around the same time, like Epic showed early stuff from Gears of War running on 360, and it was extremely poor looking in 2005. I mean, we know how it turned out, but it was choppy, it didn't look great, and then you compare it to this. But it's sad because Epic was actually being honest with their work, and then this comes out, and it's like... But I get the feeling that the developers that were working on this game were probably not too happy that this trailer was shown, just because it kind of gives... It sets the bar too high.
And if we look back to subsequent media briefings from Sony, whenever there was a guerrilla showcase, it was usually in real time.
Yep.
And I think the developer had a point to prove going forward. And so from that, I think from Horizon, they might have switched back to trailers. But even then, the trailers were representative of the actual quality of the game. Yeah. But in the direct wake of that, you know, stuff like Killzone 3, I recall... we actually had a full 3D real-time demonstration at the E3.
Right at the beginning, the ice level.
Yeah, so, you know, seems to me that maybe the studio put their foot down and said, look, we want to show what we're actually doing. You can't repeat this episode again. But, you know, one thing which... Well, that definitely doesn't apply to Polyphony Digital, who are the masters of the CG intro, aren't they?
They are indeed.
So what have we got here? It's kind of, I'd say the assets are probably actual assets.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure this was produced the same way they've always done their pre-rendered intros, where it's like, it's all based on in-game assets, but they just, like, you get some nice motion blur and other, like, you know, pre-rendered effects added to the mix.
Lack of LODs on the cars, like you don't see them transitioning ever as they're moving towards the camera, anything like that. You know, very nice. But in terms of rendering features of the time, a lot of this looks rather PS3 era to me. It still does.
The difference, I guess, is when you have replay angles in the actual PS3 games, they are not 60 frames per second.
Yeah, and we didn't get anything like this pit crew in the PlayStation 3 generation.
I don't think that type of animation, though, was introduced in Gran Turismo 4, though. Like, they had a really advanced animation system for the time. Yeah. Like, for like crowds and like drivers. It was amazing. So that seemed like a logical next step.
I can't wait to see what they do with PlayStation 5, because, you know, GT Sport kind of demonstrated they've reached the point now where I don't think they need to do these CG trailers anymore.
No, not at all.
They really shouldn't do it, in fact. Well, hopefully they won't. So that's it. Is that the end of the showcase? There's more to come.
There's still more to come.
We're still
more trailers.
A rather famous one. I think it may be actually up next.
But I don't know. He's difficult to read, isn't he? He must know at this point that the stuff that he's just presented has no relation to what was actually running on PlayStation 3 hardware.
Exactly.
And,
this is an interesting one.
It is, isn't it?
There's something wrong with the
feed.
The feed here, where it looks kind of like almost motion interpolated, but the frame rate is
something's
so
wrong.
Poor.
Yeah, I don't think that's the game itself. I think that's something going on with the feed.
Yeah, but
okay, to introduce this is basically, it was like Project I-8 or something, but this is what became Resistance from Insomniac.
Yeah.
So I think what's interesting here, obviously, is that the performance level is terrible, and but the feature set is very different to the final game.
There's a lot of
It does look different.
It does look different. I'm not sure if that's an aesthetic quality, but they're, you know, like the shadows, even though these characters are, you know, having real-time ones right now, most of the environment ones are still just baked ones. It does look like a PS3 era game in that way, definitely. It could have just been some track viewed sequence that they made up. The first person, you know, moving around.
But there was tearing in it, wasn't there?
Yeah,
that may have been the video feed.
Yeah, like at the very end.
But keep in mind, Insomniac did some amazing stuff when they showed that first Ratchet and Clank game on the PS3 running at 60 hertz.
Yep. Awesome.
Cool.
So,
Yes.
this is an interesting one as well, is it not?
So let's not spoil this yet, because I recognize. I think this is the one.
Right, maybe we should just sit back and enjoy the presentation of a game.
So this is a nice six. Well, not right there, but a lot of the footage here is 60 hertz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And the final game was 60 hertz.
exactly.
Yeah.
So for those watching, you might want to start thinking about this. Game did come out and it did run at 60 frames per second.
What could this be?
What could this be? This sure does look nice. I mean, the first answer anybody would give is like, "Hey, this is just Dynasty Warriors, right?"
Well, that's what I thought.
Which,
yeah.
by the way, this looks better than Dynasty Warriors 9.
Yeah.
Well, Dynasty Warriors 9 has some nice lighting, but man, oof, that performance.
Look at that hair physics. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this demo was, like what it was made on, what, like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, that's clearly. Yep,
Yep,
there
there
it
you
is.
go.
It's Neo.
Okay.
Announced in 2005.
And what year did it come out?
2017.
And when did it reemerge from hiding?
Oh, a couple years before. It was, yeah.
Just kind of disappeared. This
Thing. This is weird. Look at this.
Yeah, we're kind of we've left Fantasyland now, and we're entering a kind of bizarre nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the character models look like
This looks
PS2
well,
quality.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. This looks like a PS2 game. This looks like
Yeah.
Xenosaga, basically, like
does look
character
like
model
Xenosaga,
detail.
yeah.
Maybe the guy in the top right is being rendered on PS3.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Well, I think the idea here is they're trying to say, hey, you can talk to these characters on your PS3 and they'll like interact with you, like Milo
Yeah,
on Kinect.
Oh, remember Milo. This sequence here, though, the background characters and the environment, I'm not sure if it's actually PS3 quality. It kind of looks...
Identify.
This never came out.
Oh, now, okay, look at this. This is great. It's a Sonic Team production. I suspect most people don't remember this, but Fifth Phantom Saga was canceled, obviously, but...
But this is also another one where I think it's rather realistic.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have
This looks-
stencil shadows, a bit of bloom, overuse of normal maps on every single object.
This to me looks like these guys like saw the technical demo for Fear, and they're like, "Oh man, we got to do that."
Yeah, there's a lot of these random shooters from this time period that were announced that had like very similar technical makeup, like Dark Sector. This one, there's also a number of other titles I forget the names of off the top of my head, but they ended up never coming out. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, well, this one did.
Dark Sector did, but it's a
Oh,
different
yeah,
form.
very
Remember,
different, yeah.
it was very
Heavenly Sword definitely did.
yeah. Heavenly Sword came out, and it doesn't look like this.
Yeah, that-
Actually, the character models look better in the final game, but the actual like fluidity and level of detail here is
Or
a
the-
step above.
Does the final game have real-time shadow maps like this one does here?
Yeah,
in this
it
footage?
does.
Oh,
That's actually one of the reasons I believe it performs so poorly. The whole game uses real-time shadow maps,
yeah. I mean,
which was probably not the smartest thing to do back then.
on a launch title, I can't even think.
It wasn't a
of
launch title.
Oh, it wasn't?
Came out in like August 2007 or something.
Oh,
So quite a bit
It was like 9 months or so later after launch.
It was it was so highly anticipated at the time.
Well, this and Lair from Factor 5 were the two big ones.
Yeah, and Warhawk. I think there was a
Yeah.
lot of hype for Warhawk.
Warhawk had some hype, but that kind of disappeared and reemerged as a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Now, this stuff does exist in the final game, not looking this good, but this whole like large battlefield with the cannon. You use the 6-axis to control the cannonball.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the 6-axis hasn't even been announced at this conference. That's the following year.
Are we still in the boomerang controller era, or did
This
they
is-
just not show any
They
controllers
did.
at all?
They did.
Oh,
we'll
they
see
did,
it. We'll
yeah.
see it. Here we go. So this is Warhawk.
This is another one that is, I think it's their production render. I think this is what they actually thought they could want to do with the game, because there's a lot that looks fine, but in terms of like geometric detail on the soldiers, the amount of shadows being cast everywhere, or just the amount of objects.
The environment is.
Yeah.
Look at all those planes. My goodness.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Every one of them is controlled by a different player. It's a battle royale game with planes.
10 years before its time.
But they did actually. It was the SOCOM team. I can't remember the name.
Oh,
of
Meg.
the Meg.
Massive action game. They
That
did.
was,
They did kind of.
They did deliver.
It wasn't a battle
eventually.
royale, but it was the same kind of
No.
thing. And, oh, here we go. Look at this.
This is another one where it looks in certain sequences extremely real time
Like
of
that?
the era.
But now this, no way.
The first person sequences are one, like a track viewed up sequence, and some of the simulation you see here, like when the glass breaks. My goodness, no game even has
Yeah, look at
glass like
this.
that nowadays. Yeah.
The animation. Now, actually, the way the hands in it with the guns reminds me of what Starbreeze did with
Yes.
the Darkness.
Yeah.
They had a lot of that, like.
moving around and
yeah.
like flipping up the guns. That's
That was
a game
cool.
that really should get a PC
That's a
port.
cool game.
Oh my god. Yeah.
The Darkness, the first one.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I liked it.
It looked nothing like anything I'd seen on.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wow.
Yo, here we go. This is it.
Hold on tight. This is Motorstorm. And where do you begin?
I mean, this is the most insane looking thing at the conference by far, and it's so unrealistic. Like,
If a game came out looking like this now, I would also be questioning.
there we go.
it.
Particle shadows galore. Beautiful. Like, wow. It's like the
Smooth
motion blur quality, like the
Yeah.
complexity of the environments.
The deformation on a lot of the ground here being
It's like
completely geometric.
Yeah,
and-
geometric deformation, which happened, by the way,
Yeah,
in
it
Sega
does. It
Rally.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like this.
No.
Look at the physics here. Watch this. Look at that.
Yeah. It does remind me of a NVIDIA demo from like the Fermi era, but even then that looked nothing. It's
But
nice.
beyond even the visuals, like what they're showing here in terms of gameplay is not feasible.
Oh, yeah, also the turbulence when
Oh,
it goes
the
through
turbulence,
smoke,
yeah.
That's very realistic for the PS360 era. Oof.
And again, the final game was awesome.
It was
It's still
amazing
good.
looking. Yeah.
And if they'd actually just showed
That.
something approximate to the final game, it would. I remember when Motorstorm launched. It was the first game where I thought, well, maybe the PS3 is quite a bit more powerful than the Xbox 360 because there was nothing like it.
It was
at the
amazing,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the only other game
That's the audience right there, by the way.
Yeah.
fully authentic logo though.
Yeah,
The
they got that
logo
much.
sort of persisted into the final code.
It kind of does a disservice to the developers because
Yeah.
the games that came out, Killzone 2, Motorstorm, really good looking games.
Yeah, I feel
those
bad for them
demos,
like
yeah.
that.
The strength of Sony first party back then, even now, it's still
It's amazing, yeah.
phenomenal stuff they were doing and still do. But it's just,
Oh,
I don't know.
here he comes.
Yeah, he's back.
Gosh, that suit, I love it.
It is awesome, and he looks delighted. He is triumphant.
At which point in time did they actually start talking about like some of the strange multi-screen features and like the targeting of 120 hertz or things like that for the PS3? Like, didn't they say they were working on a demo?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
There's the ID.
Here we go.
It looks pretty good. It looks pretty much like the final model.
Until you turn it
Until you
around.
turn it around.
See all those extra I/O.
We had the USB ports, of course, and the flip up. Yep, that
That was there,
persisted.
yeah.
Persisted into final.
It had the,
hardware.
oh, there we go. Look at this.
So we've got let's stop and take a look at this because it's kind of
Okay, yeah. So
there are problems here.
there's two HDMI outputs for one, so you could do a multi-screen thing. That didn't happen. There's the analog video out, which is the normal PlayStation thing. There's the Toslink like optical cable output for sound.
Okay.
There's three Ethernet ports, so it would essentially act as an Ethernet hub. That was the idea.
Okay.
And then it looks like a couple USB ports on the back, including 4 in the front.
The final model actually used this universal.
Correct, it does.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know 3 LAN ports.
Yeah.
It's, maybe they were kind of envisaging some sort of networking hookup. I mean, we did actually see a GT demo that networked 4 PlayStation 3s for 240 hertz and 4K.
Beyond that, though, like on what is it? I guess on Gran Turismo 3 on PlayStation 2, you could actually like link up multiple PS2s
Yeah, you've
and
talked
get
about
like
that
a
before.
multi-screen view of the game. I believe I remember
Right.
doing something like this. It's like, I don't know. This seems like maybe they were thinking of continuing that. This probably could have happened, but I assume it was a price point issue,
Yeah.
like including all that extra stuff on there.
The network ports I just don't understand. Obviously, that was paired back to a reasonable one.
Yep.
And then the dual HDMIs. Now, RSX would never have been able to service 2 HD displays. So quite what they were thinking of there, and the utility of it. You know, a console is built for the living room, which has one screen typically.
This is like a multimedia
This is
device
such a weird thing.
that even, you know, PC would have trouble contending with.
Yeah,
at that
we
time
get a better
period.
look at the back here. Yeah, kind of bizarre. But, you know, overall, the ID sort of stayed constant. The kind of George Foreman grill look.
Yep.
The flip-top ports.
And then the final unit has that weird semi-transparent plastic.
Not sure what that's
Yeah.
about.
And then there's only a vent on the top there.
Yeah.
I think that was changed. I think Microsoft was like kind of like giving them guff over that at the time. Like, there's no vents on that thing. It doesn't work. It's not possible. And they were right.
Spring 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit
didn't happen.
underhand.
The whole conference is basically designed to, I think, attack the Xbox 360 before it launched. Like, this is like their whole like front.
There's certainly a lot of front. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
there is a lot of front. Look at that! Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There we go. He is,
This is the photo that you often see right there.
right there.
right.
He looks like a proud papa.